Giannis, the Greek Freak, just won the NBA MVP. And something stuck out to me when his team was knocked out of the NBA playoffs. He was knocked out by the Raptors in the Eastern Conference Finals. Giannis kept saying that he wants to become a better basketball player. And by the way, the guy who just won MVP kept saying, I want to become a better basketball player. That's interesting to me. There still are clearly holes in his game he wants to improve. I love the self-awareness. I think that's beautiful, and I love that. And I want to contrast that attitude of Giannis with the attitude of Ben Simmons, the 76ers star. Ben Simmons has been in the NBA for 3 years. He's played in two of those 3 years. In the first year, he was out with an injury, didn't play at all. His technically first and questionably rookie year. Now, in 2 full seasons, Ben Simmons has a 0.00% three-point shooting percentage. In his 2 seasons playing, he has 17 three-point attempts. 17 in 2 years. And who knows how many of those are just him chucking up the ball before halftime or at the end of a quarter, right? He's not at all a three-point shooter. Ben Simmons cannot shoot three-pointers. He's never made an NBA three-pointer. And I use three-pointers to illustrate my point, but my point is Ben Simmons can't shoot, period. He doesn't have a jump shot. That's not how he plays. He scores inside at the rim. He's great at passing in transition. He cannot shoot. It is not a part of his game. Mid-range, three-point, doesn't matter. He cannot shoot. Now, I get it, right? He's young. He's been in the league 3 years, only played 2 of those years. He's a young kid. But there's a narrative I cannot wait to watch, and the narrative is, will Ben Simmons do the work this offseason to develop a jump shot? He doesn't need to. He does not need to. He's 6'10". He's a point guard. He's scoring great at the rim. He's a superstar already, in my opinion. But he can make his game dramatically better. Ben Simmons can make his game dramatically better if he can bring a jump shot into the equation. If he had a threatening jump shot, it would change the way defenders played him. They play way backed off of him already. And still somehow, even with them backed off, he blows right by them and can dunk on them. It's really impressive. But if teams had to play Ben Simmons a little bit tighter and worry about him taking a jump shot, it would help his team. It would improve spacing for the 76ers. And it could probably extend his career by a couple of years. If Ben Simmons could shoot a jump shot, he might get 4 more years out of it when his knees are dying and buckling and he can't run as well and can't jump as high. If he can shoot, he'll extend his career a little bit longer. Will he do the work? Will Ben Simmons do the work it takes to have a jump shot? That's the question I want to know. Giannis plans to. Giannis won an NBA MVP, still not satisfied, still wants to do better. There's a quote out there where Giannis is talking about, I want to improve my jump shot specifically. I don't know that Ben Simmons wants to improve his jump shot. To this point, we haven't seen him show any desire to do that. He hasn't developed a jump shot. We're going to find out. Does Ben Simmons want to do the work? I've talked about this before, but there's something I really admire about Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin is an NBA veteran at this point. He's not a deadly shooter by any means. But in his 8th season in the NFL, Blake Griffin became a dramatically better shooter. Early in his career, in fact, when I think of Blake Griffin, what I remember is him dunking on a Kia, right? Blake Griffin is this incredible inside scorer, a guy who just dominates at the rim. But in his 5th, 6th, and 7th year in the NBA, his three-point percentage skyrocketed from at one point as low as 12% all the way up high to 40%. Now, last year in the 2017-2018 season, not the year that just happened 2 years ago, I guess, Blake raised his average three-pointers per game from 1 to almost 6. He did the work. Blake Griffin developed that side of his game and developed a three-point shot and developed a jump shot, period. Not a great shooter, but he made it somewhat of a threat. That was a new thing for Blake Griffin. And I've always really respected that he developed that side of his game. I've really admired that about Blake Griffin to say, you know what, I want to do a little better in this area. And he did the work, put in the time when he didn't need to. He's a guy who could score inside. And he's going to get more years out of his career. And he's going to get teams playing him differently on defense because Blake Griffin can now shoot. So the question I have, the question I'm excited to see, will the 76ers star Ben Simmons follow that and do the work it takes for him to develop a jump shot? Don't know. We're going to find out next year in the NBA. I haven't seen a desire from him to do that. I haven't seen a quote from him. I haven't seen anything from him that says, I've never seen him say, I'm working on my jump shot. I want to work on my jump shot. There's no videos on Instagram of him doing that. I don't know. I know that he loves to play Fortnite. He streams himself playing Fortnite a lot. Does Ben Simmons, is he willing to do the work to develop a jump shot and make his game that much better? Giannis is. Blake Griffin was. Is Ben Simmons? I don't know. We will find out. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my podcast, Strong Opinion Sports, and it is my favorite thing in the entire world. I love it. It is my dream to do this show, and it's my full-time job. And if you want to help support me, there's a couple things you can do. Number one, help me grow by telling your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Share this on social media. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, I don't care. Screenshot it, put it on your Instagram story. Do me a giant favor. Help me grow by telling your friends about the show. That's the number one way you can help me no matter what. Another way you can help me if you want, you can support me on Patreon or PayPal. It's a huge help to me. My PayPal is paypal.me/Zach Schaumler. My Patreon account is patreon.com/Zach Schaumler. If you have no money to give, no problem. I totally understand. I'm a broke college kid myself. I get it. I've been there. But please, I ask, if you want to support me, the number one thing you can do to help me is tell your friends about Strong Opinion Sports. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow by telling your friends about this podcast. My name is Zach Schaumler. Thank you so much, and have a great day.